Hello friends, I'm Prabhat Sharma and I've got who with me?
Yes.
Cash. Okay, cool. Uh, we're going to learn dashboards today. How to build dashboards. And I have some, I'll delete these. We'll create them from scratch. Okay. So what I have is some sample data that is coming in. I've got one log stream, somewhere around 73,000 records. And then I've got a bunch of metrics. I don't have any traces, but the process will not be any different than logs for traces. Okay, so let's go to the dashboards. Let's create a new dashboard. In fact, before a new dashboard, if you go to the ingestion, you'll see that for Kubernetes, we're actually using OpenObserve Collector, which is essentially hotel collector with the specific configuration set that allows you to capture logs, metrics, and traces by auto-instrumenting your applications that are written in Java, .NET, Node.js, and Python, and Go. Okay, and if you are interested in auto-instrumentation, take a look at this Hot Commerce example app, which shows how to auto-instrument all of these these applications written in 5 different languages. This is an example that has all these 5 different programming languages. It can capture traces automatically from all of those 5 different programming languages and show them everything that you need to know about your application. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to build some dashboards. And if you're using OpenObserve Collector, then there are some dashboards that are available for you ready-made. And you can actually go to OpenObserve dashboards and pick some of them based on OpenObserve Collector. Okay, let's go here. Okay, cool. So you go to say namespace parts here, or any one of them. These are some sample dashboards that you can see. And let's go to the namespace parts dashboard. And what we want to do is essentially import a dashboard. You have a bunch of options. If you have this particular file available locally on your laptop, you could drag and drop here. Or if it is available via URL, you could actually copy that URL and paste it here. Or you can actually put the complete JSON here as well. So we just copy this JSON, paste it here, and import. And these are essentially built using OpenObserve Collector. Okay, good. Okay. So this is what it is. So there are a bunch of these dashboards that are available that you can use out of the box. Okay. I can't seem to take it out so easily. Your Legos. Use the Lego remover. Remove this one. Okay, cool. So here we go. This is something that you can do. You can filter based on the particular namespace, perf1, perf2, whatever that is. You can change the time, and you can share. You can actually export your own dashboard and share it with others. And if you have built your own dashboards, I would request you to share your dashboards with the repository by creating a PR for this particular OpenObserve dashboards repository. If you want to share your dashboards, essentially this particular dashboard with some of your team members, you can copy this, and then the URL will get copied, and then you can paste it. It will show you the dashboard at that particular point in time, whatever was selected. So that was last 15 minutes. This will not change. This will essentially give you a snapshot of the dashboard information. Okay, so what we want to do is learn how to build our own dashboards. So let's go and create a dashboard one. Let's first create a dashboard based on logs. Okay, and let's first create a time series chart based on logs. So we'll first select on x-axis timestamp. On y-axis, let's do a count of body, and we get a bar chart here. We can also get a line chart, so that will work. Okay, or an area chart, that is fine too. But now say I want it per namespace. So how do I do this? I take this and put a second x-axis, and now I'll be able to get this based on the namespace, all of this information. Okay, for this, a stack chart actually is quite useful when it comes to visualizing this. So this one, logs per namespace, you could actually use this. Okay, and we save this. Now what you can actually do is one of the things that we wanted to do was, how do we put filters? Say we want it only for a particular namespace. Say namespace. Okay, so we go ahead and take the, okay, sorry, what I had to do was that, say if you want filters for a particular kind on the, let's build one more chart first out here. And you've got on x-axis you've got say for example, let's do pod name, and then you've got say count of body, and then x-axis again, let's filter on the namespace name, so that, and okay, let's do this, let's have this. Okay, and logs per pod. Okay, so we have this. Assuming we want to filter based on the namespace, so how do we do that? You could do it this way. Okay, so now what we want to do is filter. Okay, you've got this two zeros here as well as here. We want to not really adding any value. You can go to config, reduce the decimals. Okay, so decimals gone here. We could do the same here. Okay, let's get rid of those decimals. Let's also add one more based on the matrix. And let's get memory users. K-as pod memory users. And this is essentially for matrix. There are two ways to do this. You could use drag and drop and y-axis. Generally for matrix you would want to use average, min or max. Let's use average for now, and you want to generally use line chart. But this line chart of memory users, you're getting this from average of all pods, are not particularly helpful. What you want is, on x-axis you want to put the pod name, and you start getting this data. You have this double zeros after 2 decimal points are not particularly helpful. Get rid of them. Okay, so this kind of works, but memory, all of this doesn't really help, and these are in bytes. We don't really understand bytes very well. Let's get them in a human readable format. Select unit bytes, and then megabytes, gigabytes, whatever, it'll start appearing. And yeah, so this is one way to do this. Generally memory, if you're looking at want to understand what is the total usage, having an area stacked is quite useful. Okay, you could do it this way. What you could also do is do this, because it's matrix, you could actually run PromQL as well. So let's get rid of this here. Okay, and we will use PromQL now. Okay, K8s pod memory users. So we put K8s pod memory users and we apply. So we got this data. You're already getting this in human readable format because we had the units selected. Okay, now you're getting this for all the namespaces, as well as the legend is not looking particularly good. So what we want is the pod name. So pod name, let's copy the pod name. Here when it comes to the legend, you start with the single braces, single curly braces, and whatever you want, you'd add that. Now you have much better looking legends. Okay, out here you'll see. Okay, and like I said earlier, this looks much better. Okay, so now while you've got this here, memory users PromQL. Okay, let's save this one. Now what we want is essentially, okay, to be able to, okay, we need to be able to, not this one, yeah, here. Okay, what you want to be able to do is filter based on the namespace, all of this data, for all of these three charts. 2 built using SQL, 1 built using PromQL. What you want to do is, let's get to the settings. Okay, go to the variable settings and add variable, and there are query variables, constant, text box, custom. We'll pick up query variables, and let's, since we want to do it on the basis of namespace, get namespace and name, and we select logs. Stream is default and field is namespace name. Okay, and we save this. Okay, cool. So now you have namespace is available, but it doesn't do anything. How do we make it do something? As we edit the panel, each of these panels we'll have to edit. Okay, and then you have to add a filter here. F is for filter. And under conditions, while you can select something which is static, in order for you to pick up something dynamic, you go to condition equals, and remember we have this K8s namespace.name that you see here with single quotes, K8s and dollar K8s underscore namespace underscore name, and we apply. Okay, now you see the values are changing. So this is how you essentially apply. So this is working for, okay, it's working for the first panel. Let's make it work for the second panel. Namespace name, filter, conditions equal, $K8s underscore namespace underscore name. And these are, you need to put them in single quotes. Okay. And if you take a look at, this is how the SQL query looks like. The moment you put a filter, where a where clause gets added. Okay. And so for these two, it's working. For the third one, which is based on PromQL, not too different, but slightly different. You got to go ahead and edit the PromQL. K8s underscore namespace name equals double quotes, not single quotes. Single quotes is in SQL, double quotes is in PromQL. So we got dollar and then K8s underscore namespace underscore name, and we apply this here. So this works, done, and we save this here. So like everything is kind of working now. So this is how you build dashboards. And okay, let's take a look at some more chart types. We saw bar and line chart. What we haven't seen is other kind of charts. So namespace, say name space name, say x-axis, and say body on y, and apply this one. So I've got bar chart. You can actually get a donut chart or a pie chart. That will work. You could actually get a table out of this too. Okay. Out here, you could actually get a gauge chart, which will show you individual values. This is actually, if you want to look at the snapshot value, what is the current value, gauge chart is pretty fantastic to see that. It doesn't really show you historic information. For that, the best thing to do essentially is either a line chart or a bar chart, but every chart chart type has its own use. So that is all for now, friends. Okay, and like keep it here. I don't want to save this, but see y'all.